these are your notes for December 1st. First, before we get into it, there are just a reminder. We're dealing with solving linear systems. You can spell it any way you want. Solving linear systems. First thing we learned about in section 1 was graphing. And you should recall, graphing is like not very good. So we really don't like that one. We also talked about, your textbook talks about addition, and I told you, no, I want you to remember it as addition, elimination. And hopefully you recall the reasoning behind my statement is addition, elimination is exactly what you do. So if you remember it that way, you won't forget what method you're using. Third method was substitution. And the fourth one was phone a friend. So for some of us that would be hard because we have no friends. But anyway, that again is not really the ones that we want to focus on. In order for you to see an example of the addition, elimination, and substitution methods, I will be providing a second video. Okay? Is there a way that I can... Yeah, you'll have one in school. If you can pull up another example or an example of these two methods that I will provide later. Today, what we're looking at is a way leading to another way of solving these types of systems. On Monday in class, we talked about systems of 3 equations in 3 variables. And, of course, the day before was a system of 2 equations and 2 variables. And so today, though, we're going to look at something called the determinant. This is for your notes, of course. The determinant is actually for lack of better terms, if it's a system of 2, if it's what we call a 2 by 2 matrix, it's a difference between 2 products. If it's a 3 by 3 matrix, it's a little bit more sophisticated. But basically, it's the difference between 2 products or multiple products. So first, let's look at, I want you to take this in your notes, and what we're going to do is we're going to look at a 2 by 2 matrix that we identify in this fashion, A, B, C, D, or you can call it this way. And what we mean by the determinant, as I mentioned, it's the difference of 2 products. Those 2 products are this, A times D, so this product right here, minus C times D. That's as simple as it gets. It's a 2 by 2 matrix. This thing is called a matrix, and it's 2 by 2, so we got 2 rows and 2 columns, so it's a 2 by 2 matrix. I'm giving you time to write this down. So let's take an example of some numbers. Okay, let's make that a positive. And you will see this in 2 ways, with the bracket type thing or with just lines as if it was an absolute value, which it's not. So if we are following this pattern, what we're going to end up with is 3 times 5 minus 2 times 4, which gives us 15 minus 8, which is 7. And what we say is that 7 is the determinant of the 2 by 2 matrix of 3, 4, 2, and 5. Second example. say we have a 2 by 2 matrix of -4, -7, 3, and 2. It's the exact same pattern, only this time it's -4 times 2 minus 3 times -7. And the thing to watch out for and be careful of is these negative signs. So when you multiply, you get a -8 here, and I recommend using the parentheses minus -21. Retain that parentheses till you know what to do with that, and you end up with -8 plus 21, which is 13. Finish with your notes.